Hey, Matt, have you heard of Porn Party at WAAPA?
PAWN?
No, the late night PG version. There's this annual
I
party, and it's
Is
called
this where
Porn
everyone
Party.
gets naked?
Well, not they might, but it's this legendary party. It's the end of orientation week at the beginning of each year in February, and it's the sort of the stuff of legend. And anyone that has been to WAAPA, and it doesn't matter whether you've done dance theatre, music theatre, any kind of the performing arts. It's this little night of the year where everyone loses their inhibitions, and it always ends up getting a bit messy. But Rob knows about it. Yeah. Oh, leave. Oh, no, you can stay. You can stay. It's nothing you don't already know. It's just funny that you're watching. So, Porn Party started in 1998. This is equally embarrassing and kind of delighting for me. It's my legacy, and I'm proud and embarrassed in equal measure. So, in 1998, I'd moved into a new house on Beaufort Street with Dean Bryant, who's now, esteemed writer, director, MTC, million shows at MTC and musicals around the country. So Dean and I were best mates at WAAPA and lived together. It was Ben McHugh, you know Ben, don't you, who's now in New York, and my partner Daryl. The four of us moved into this house on Beaufort Street, and it was February, and Dean was about to turn 21, and we wanted to have a housewarming. So we thought, right, let's kill a few birds with one stone. We'll have a housewarming. We just watched Showgirls because we're all a bit obsessed with the movie Showgirls, which needs no introduction. Totally. So I like to think it was my idea, and this is where Rob might correct me because I'm sure Dean will tell people it was his idea, but I remember it being my idea to say, okay, let's have a come as your favourite porn star, which was kind of naively said and innocent. I mean, this is back when the only porn, if you ever were lucky enough to see it, was on VHS. This is pre-internet. And I mean, I think I knew who Jeff Stryker was, but that would have been it. But it's not like I had much of a kind of, bank of knowledge about the industry, but it just seemed, it was more about, we'd seen Showgirls. Let's have a porn party. Hooray. And the other thing too is it sounds hardcore, but honestly, we were drinking, I probably had 2 Strongbow Whites and fell asleep. And that was about as, debauched as it got. What we did to make it super festive was my partner worked at Officeworks in Subiaco. So we did a photo shoot a week before, back when you had to develop pictures in a chemist. We did a photo shoot and we took photos of us all like we were porn stars. I know this won't work on the podcast. So this is me in our house wearing undies with a sock and a cigarette because that just seemed dirty. This is Dean with a fan. I don't get it, but it's him with a fan. We thought that was outrageous. Dear Rosie with a lava lamp. And so and there's Ben McHugh and Dean as the village people. Dean is a baby, I think, in a diaper, and Ben is a construction worker. And my partner at Officeworks blew them all up to the size of a wall. And so every room in the house had these porn-inspired pictures, but sort of black and white and massive murals. And people came and we played the Spice Girls, drank Strongbow Whites and fell asleep. And then the following year was our final year. And we thought, let's do it again. We'll have one more. And we thought that will be the end of it. That was 22 years ago. There has been a porn party. So the house was taken over by WAAPA students, and they continued the tradition, and it's grown and it's grown and it's grown. And 22 years later, it has continued every single year, and it's now this kind of, I think they have it in a nightclub, and I think it actually does get outrageous. But my legacy to this world, if nothing else, is that Dean and Daryl and Ben and I in 1998 started Porn Party, and anyone that goes to WAAPA will be like, oh my God, used what? They just thought it, started, when the Bible was written. And but no, that you heard it from the source. And I'm thoroughly delighted, but also it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, and there's us, but that's me. No, that's me, my partner Rosie and Dean in a bath. That was a mural on the wall at WAAPA. Yeah. Isn't that fabulous though?
That's fantastic. Oh, I tell you what, this sounds like a crazy place, because I had Stephen Weed on last week and he was telling me
Oh,
The
he would have
story
been. In
about it.
fact, he would have been at the first one because he was first year when I was third year. He came to our second porn party, and then he would have seen it continue in my absence. Yeah. We're all connected by it. It's funny.
Oh man, that's so great. I keep forgetting that we have so many people in common as well. Ben McHugh. I saw Ben last time I was in New York. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him in February. I stayed with him at his brownstone in Brooklyn, just weeks
Fantastic.
before the world went to the dogs. Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I was there in
yeah.
February in New York with Ben. We had a lovely
Wow.
time.
Yeah. No, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. Yeah, because we did producers together in that cast. Like we are
Yeah, of
tight.
course.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I see. So now I know that the porn party.
And it's far more like now. I think it is pretty late night, but we were 20, and we thought that a fan, like that was our idea of porn. Was a fan. I don't know what. I don't understand this. What is that? And a remote control. Maybe it was a suggestive remote control. I'm not sure. And Ben McHugh holding his helmet over his crotch. We thought that was a bit. And that's in the house. It's in the porn house. Oh wow! It's now like a Indian restaurant. The house isn't there anymore. But yeah, the party continues.